bitches? What's up? Wake up. It's the morning time.
What's up, party people? How are we doing today? Happy Monday. It's Monday, July 20th. How are we all doing? Look at you guys in here early, 30 seconds early above the clock. MP in the house. Good morning, sir. Good morning, Bukes. What's up, Caitlin? Good morning. Good morning, Mr. Oz. How are we doing? How are we doing? How are we doing? And Ron Jordan in the house. What's up? What's up? How you doing, bud? David. Good morning, sir. What's up? How's everybody's weekend? Right? Right? How was everybody's weekend? My weekend was good. My weekend was great. My weekend was wonderful. Um, my wife took our son to visit one of her friends that moved out to Nevada. And so they spent the weekend there hanging out. They went to a demolition derby on, I want to say that was Friday night, maybe it was Saturday. And then they went and spent the day at Lake Tahoe yesterday at the beach, on the lake, all that kind of stuff. So they had a blast. I saw some paddleboarding action. I saw my son try to rope a goat, lasso a goat. That was very interesting, having never picked up a lasso or anything like that. He almost got the dang thing. Very productive weekend. Good on you. I tried to channel my inner MP and set my goals very high for the weekend to be productive while the wife and the son were away. But I think just the sheer thought of being MP and being productive, I threw my back out. Like, not good. Long but thankful, the majority of volleyball tryouts are completely done. Yeah, good job. Nice. And good news, the baby is still cooking. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. My weekend sucked. Lost two friends. But oh man, I'm sorry to hear that, bud. Sorry to that. That sucks. Bummer. Um, that be a three ball. And then, but yeah, David's always got a song in his heart. So yeah, Friday, I set all these goals. I was like, I'm gonna, clean this room, clean that room. Our house is kind of like really so much stuff going on. My wife asked me to hang some shelves in Bentley's room for her pop figures. And so I told Bentley, or not Bentley, Bailey, I said, girl, clean a little bit so that I have room to work in here when I'm not stepping on your shit. And and I'll do it. And she never did. So I was like, good. I didn't want to do it anyways. I got told I wasn't supposed to play anymore by my nurse friends. Okay. You showed them, huh? Friday, I overslept, was a morning workout, and then got a honeydew list done. Saturday, we finally did a chill day and sorting tons of cards. Sunday, church and family zoo trip. Yes. See, this guy knows. Um, but as you all know, my daughter got her permit. So I basically had a chauffeur this weekend anywhere I wanted to go. She was game on to take me. Uh, the first place we drove was to Target and Stater Brothers, which were in this massive parking lot, this massive shopping center next to our house that my wife completely hates. Like, it's crazy. There's so many people there. Everything's always so busy. And Bailey was like, Dad, I want to go to Target. I'm like, all right, whatever. Um, so she pulls in. I'm like, look, you're just learning this car driving parking lots. Highly suggest you park as far away as possible in the nice, easy spots. And then we can walk. It's no big deal. So she did. We did a little shopping, went to the next place, which is crazy to navigate from a Target to a Stater Brothers, like past every store imaginable with pedestrians and all that kind of stuff. But she did a really good job. Then we got back to the house and I was like, "Hey, why don't you try backing dad's car into the garage?" And she was like looking scared at first, but she did it very slowly, very cautiously. One try and she got it like perfect. Like like perfectly parked. So I was very impressed with her and she was very appreciative of how calm I was in the car with her. She's like, "Mom's always yelling at me." And, like, not yelling, but, like, like, be there, move over there, do that." And I was like, "I got a chauffeur. I'm just gonna be on my phone and, like, look at" I like to look at the surroundings when I am being driven by someone. Um, so, yes, Daddy Uber is what it was, except it was Bailey Uber. Bailey Ubering Daddy around. Let's see. They are just mad that you're showing them all up still. You know what a cupcake and a six pack means in volleyball? Nope. The girls were impressed. Nice. Look at that. Does it happen to you? Park far away from cars. You come back and yeah, of course, for sure. Um, not yes, it did happen to Bailey, but all good. We when you're pulling out, it's totally fine. Then we got home. I organized some of my Topps Chrome. I ripped 2 blasters, the 2 remaining blasters that I have out of the 10 that I purchased. I ripped them solo. Bad decision. I pull garbage when I'm solo, so it was trash. It was very disappointing. I'll never rip any more blasters ever again because it was just horrible. Went back out, did some Amazon returns to help wifey out some stuff that she got that we didn't need. And then did a little bit more shopping. I did some retail therapy this weekend. It felt good. This guy, this I know you did. I know. I was in your stream and then I left your stream and then I come back to Twitter and it's like an erupt clown. That card looks fire. Um, but that's not for me. That's not my life. I can't pull that stuff. Never have, never will. It just is what it is. I'm sitting on a couple of megas and a hobby. I gotta rip them with the kids because I'm telling you, those people, those little things that I created have way more luck than I do. Since my lockout, I've been tweaking. Oh man, I found the last 2 blasters in Florida, no hits. Oh, I'm sorry, dude. I am so sorry. Uh, anyways, back hurting, went to the chiropractor, didn't do much. The next day I was just like, "Fuck it, I gotta do something, I gotta work out." So did an arm workout, kinda like isolating my back and making sure it wasn't getting worse. Laid out by the pool, read like, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 chapters in my book, cruising through this book. It's like my 4th time reading it, so it's a very easy read for me now. Went in the pool, went in the jacuzzi, just kinda chilled. Then Bailey had some friends over, just 2 friends, her good friend Lucy, and then the next door neighbor RJ. I thought they weren't a thing anymore, but then I looked out the window and the 2 of them are making out in the jacuzzi. So texted wifey, "Hey, this might be happening again. Might wanna chat with your daughter about this game again." Tweaking is different. Yes, it is, David. It is. My back is on fire, hoping I can actually have a chiropractor appointment. I hope so too. Yeah, it doesn't, I don't know. The chiropractor doesn't do it as much for me unless I go, like, very, very regular. Tweak Live? Oh, sorry, I meant twerking. And then yesterday was a little better. Bailey so I had this plan to go to Home Depot to get some stuff so I can be productive, and I see her walk down the stairs, like, just waking up. I'm like, "Bailey, wanna go to Home Depot? Take me to Home Depot?" And she's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Okay, cool." Girl really wanted to drive, even had to suffer through a shopping trip at Home Depot with her dad. Thankfully for her, I was very organized. I knew exactly what I want and where I wanted it. So we made it in and out of there very quick. Uh, She parked horribly those 2 times, so it's not that she's a good parker. She just got it good that one time. Saw those hot hands pulling fire. Yep. Um, and then came back and did my chores. Hung some drywall, like finally patched up a leak around the water heater that where I tore all the drywall out to let it air out. That was back in September, so I finally patched all that drywall. So wifey will be happy when she comes home to that. Then our our neighbor has like these trees. I forgot what they were, like some sort of apple, and it's dropping seeds into our yard and growing little trees in our yard, but not in a good spot. Um, so I replanted those to a better spot and fixed some palm trees. So that was cool. That was a lot of fun. And then pool and jacuzzi, all that stuff. It's okay. My wife has been driving for years, and he had to do it. He had to do it. He did. He did. So yeah, great weekend here in town. Having a good time. Life happens. One last reminder for the day. Oh, and then I bought into like a to the moon sapphire break last night. Like way too many spots. Like way too many. And I definitely got skunked on the number cards. It was definitely not a Ron Jordan um pulling fire. I got nothing. Hopefully Tom sends me a nice note because he just basically shat on me after I've been known to be his biggest fan. So it is what it is. You lose some, you lose some, you lose some, you lose some. That's my life in Topps Chrome. Way better off just buying the shit that I want on eBay. Shite. Yeah, exactly. Uh cool. And then tomorrow, everybody, tomorrow is Tuesday, the 21st. Yeah, another box of scissors. Exactly. Send me my condolences, box of scissors. Tomorrow's Tuesday. Tomorrow's the 21st. Tomorrow is Ann Bag's extra special community night where we will celebrate Miss Caitlin, our favorite mom on the show. Um, her her baby shower, her online baby shower, right? That's what we're calling it. Community night, Caitlin's baby shower. Bring diapers, bring whatever. I heard there's games. Yeah, yeah, that's gonna be really fun. We're gonna do some games. 100%. There's always gonna be games. I'll pop in. I'll say hello. I probably won't be there for long, but y'all should be there. Y'all should go find Ann Bag, find her community nights. It's on Twitch. There's a group DM thing where she sends links if you want to join up. We love Ann, but hate baby shower games. That's so weird because you love games. So why wouldn't you like games? Hmm? Explain. Explain. Show your work. Show your math. I need. Yeah, wear diapers. Exactly. You can't bring them because we're going to be virtual. So just wear them. They make good hats. Um, I fear there's some judgment, Dom. What? Speaking of judgment, my favorite game was balloon under the shirt and try to tie your shoes. Oh, gotcha. Yeah. Get a day in the life of a pregnant person. Um, I've never played that one. That one's funny. Anyways, we are at the 15-minute mark. We should do the reading, right? There's 3 readings this weekend, y'all. We're gonna go through them real fast, and then talk more about Caitlin's fear of pregnancy games. Okay. It's terrible. That's why I wear shoes that don't have laces. Bladder talk. All right, Saturday. Don't give them this. Speaking of, speaking of, speaking of, speaking of, speaking of, speaking of judgment. Saturday's reading was great. We got to remember this. This is like one of the hardest things to remember. This is one of the hardest things to catch yourself doing is don't give your kids this. Don't give them shame. Okay? We all do it. We're all gonna do it. Do your best to recover and repair from it. It's really difficult to understand what you're doing. Um, Basically, the reading tells us no kid is no kid is born. I am not. um, no kid is born with shame. If you watch them dance, sing, whatever it is, but we need to fight our urge to say the snide remarks, say the judgments, and do things thoughtlessly that would give them shame, right? I did not know Dom shaming was right. Exactly. Uh, is Caitlin shaming me for shaming her? I don't know what's going on here. But anyways, I am so utterly guilty of this. I want to say every ounce of shame my daughters have and my son is because of me. And I feel so bad doing it, but it is what it is. So I try my best to repair and let them be them in certain space. Um, it's just really hard sometimes. It's really hard when you're trying to have a moment, whether it's a calm moment, whether you're trying to talk with your wife, whether you're trying to do some sort of chore or errand or accomplish some sort of task, and they want to come in hot with whatever it is they want to do. Show you something, just be loud in the environment, etc. And your gut reaction is to silence them, shush them, tell them to stop, tell them to go in the other room, and done enough that produces shame in them. So it's very, like I said, very hard to understand how that one little be quiet multiplied over years can develop into something. But that's what we got to look out for. Got to be careful. We got to be better than our parents were. Give less to our kids as far as shame, I mean, and judgment. I'm so into my daughter's curiosity. Even today, my wife is so different. We will get to curiosity, David. That's today's reading. I'm still working on Sunday. Sunday. Encourage them to be their best, right? So this reading tells us there are two different types of parenting, and then he right hooks us with a third, right? So three different types of parenting. One is to just have fun. Don't worry about the competition, just have fun. The other, compete to win, be better than everybody else, dominate. And the third, don't worry about all that nonsense. Just compete about yourself. Be the best you that you can be better than you were last year. Live up to your potential. You control yourself and your own actions. You don't control others, right? So if we're talking sports, because that's the easiest thing to kind of reference when we're talking about competition, you don't control how much extra work the other kid does, the amount of maybe one-on-one tutoring, maybe they have a parent who was in the same sport, all that kind of stuff. You just control as your kid uh, how much you do, how much effort you put into making yourself better and improving year after year. And that's what we want to be encouraging as parents to help our kids succeed. Right? Good stuff. All right. Now we're on to curiosity, David. Follow Their Curiosity is the title of today's reading. There was a story. Does anyone know this person? I have not met or enjoyed this person's food. Kwame, why did I even try? Anwachi? Anwachi? Anybody know that guy? Anybody been to his restaurant or had any of his food? Talking about a story when he was a kid of cooking with his mom and then just smelling a smell. Kwame Alexander, maybe. Um, and instead of just dismissing it and moving on with their night, they they got very curious and they hunted the smell down. And again, instead of going, okay, that's the smell. I know that smell. I know where it's coming from. Cool, let's move on with our knife. Our he's my favorite young adult author. Interesting. Um, young adult author. and Jason Reynolds. Okay, sweet. That's books that you read, or you read, or you give to your class to read. What are we talking about here? And so, instead of doing that, they knocked on the door. They introduced themselves. They said, "What's that smell? Can we come in? Can we enjoy it?" All these kind of things that this mom was teaching her son about curiosity. Yeah, Ryan Reynolds. That's what I'm thinking too. It's like I didn't know he was an author. Curiosity, confidence, assertiveness, figure outableness. Is that a word, guys? Do we think figure outableness is a word? That just sounds like a lot. Passion and neighbor. Man, reading is hard, guys. Reading is hard. Aviation gym talk. Why? Why? Where are we going with this? Where are we going with this? Um, but like the reading, the moral of the story, folks, is just lean into that curiosity. When your kids ask a question, when they see a spark, when you have a question, just lean into it. Just dig deeper. Just keep going. Just keep swimming. Oh, all these lessons we learn from Disney movies. They're just so great, right? How are we doing this? How is everybody doing this with their children other than Caitlin? Caitlin's gonna figure it. Caitlin's gonna be way ahead of all of us. I hope. What do we do? MP, what were your kids most curious about at the zoo? You had me at hello. Okay. Oz, what are your kids the most curious about? Trying to think about my kids. No clue, bro. No clue. My daughter Bailey has always been curious. I love it when toddlers keep asking why. Man, see, that's a thing that you got to like reframe and retrain because that goes down in history and through movies and television as being like the annoying things about kids. But you're right. And the reading would teach us lean into that, right? The hardest part, because I've been in these circles with my children many times, is getting them to follow what it is that you're saying instead of just essentially waiting for you to finish talking and then asking again why. That's where the problem comes when I feel like they're not doing it out of curiosity's sake. Have a great day, Ron. Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate you, dude. My dog is curious about bunnies and anything on the TV. Oh, dog that loves watching TV. Interesting. I don't know that I've had a dog, and I've had a couple that's been interested in watching TV. Yeah, nope, haven't found that yet. That's cool. Very interesting. Lizards fighting, running, screaming, soccer. Okay, nice. And you're leaning into all of that, I assume. Lizards are dope, for sure. We chase lizards in our house. Fighting. Yeah. Fighting. Yeah. Yep. We do that. Running. I really need to get more into running with Bentley. He has a very strange leg and foot positioning when he runs. Like his feet definitely go outward. So yeah, we've worked on it a little bit, but we've not gone too far. My dog just puts his nose. All right. Yeah, sure. The watching isn't the problem. It's the barking constantly. Wow. Okay. So he's like talking back. This guy. Huh. Just wants to be involved. Just wants to know all the things. Maybe you're not watching the right shows. Maybe he's trying to tell you like, look, this isn't my jam. Um, wouldn't that be interesting? You're like flipping through the channels and then all of a sudden he just turns into a zombie and it's like, this is it. This is the show. And it's gonna be something really weird that you and your husband are like, what the hell? We're gonna have to get him his own TV because we can't watch this. Oh man. The thought of that you guys doing that just made me laugh. Dogs do have curiosity. Anything with dogs, monsters, animals, dancing. That's what he barks at. All right. What's going to be funny is fast forward like 2 or 3 years. He hates dancing. Oh, well, don't show him Chelsea's twins social media because that's two little twins dancing. Fast forward a couple of years, the two of them, your dog and your daughter, just sitting next to each other watching TV together, just not dancing. But speaking of dogs, mine just stepped in poop. Sorry. Have a great day. Um, wash wash vigorously, and yeah, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for hanging out with us. Everybody, don't forget Caitlin's baby shower tomorrow on Twitch and Bag Stream and bag.com. Most likely. Poop talk. Yep, let's get into some poop talk for the last 3 minutes. Oh, Stoic lesson. I got two Stoic lessons because I really liked the one from Sunday. We all know it. Forgive them because they know not, because they do not know. Why did I write that and then say that one way? So we all know the story of Mr. Jesus, Dr. Jesus. And then many versions of this story and other versions of this quote have been passed down from generation to generation. But basically, it's kind of a reframe on Dr. Seuss, yeah, maybe reframe on just how we all think about life. We get so frustrated about people in traffic, grocery store clerks going too slow, people taking a parking space or parking poorly next to us as we come out of the shopping center, the person in line who just wants to take forever and talk up the person when you're in a hurry. And it's like a weird thing where we like almost take offense to it as if the person is doing it purposefully to frustrate us. When in reality, they just don't know. They don't know that what they're doing is frustrating. It probably isn't on their side. They're just having a good time or taking their time, or they were in a hurry, so they parked poorly. Um, they're doing something on their phone, so they're driving slowly and not paying attention. All those kind of things. So just forgive them. Don't worry about it. Move on. Focus on yourself. And then today's reading in the Stoic book, should really hold my notes up like this. See, that wouldn't block anything. Support your natural inclinations to justice with strong boundaries and commitments. Ooh, it's a mouthful. Um, Basically goes to say that we all have a deep down in our bones understanding and inclination towards justice. Someone cuts in line, you get a little whatever, a little tingle, all that kind of stuff. There's just these things, someone hitting a puppy, or I don't know, cutting down a tree. We're just like, why is that person doing that? And you know, most of the time we get a little numb to it. We don't do anything. You never know what that person's going through, that kind of stuff. But through our strong boundaries and commitments, we can help nurture that inclination and lead a more just life and be a better citizen, be a better person, be a better human. So that's what the Stoic reading was teaching us. I had a friend scream by me in her car and took my parking spot. I just said, "Did you get the spot?" You know, some people are in much more of a hurry than others. I am definitely one of those people. So I can definitely be frustrated at other drivers and people controlling lines and stuff like that. But 10 minutes later, they just figured out how to type, folks. Boys were interested in the logistics of the zoo. Yeah, the logistics of zoos has to be a very interesting thing, by the way. Like, it really, like, when you think about running a business, when you think about, like, just everything that is involved in running a business. And then you multiply that with running something as massive as a zoo with as many people that come in, as much trash and much waste is generated. And then you add on top of that giant animals, all different species, different kinds, different habitats. Yeah, just mind boggling. They kept asking how can I work here and what happens to the animals when people aren't here. Yeah, pretty crazy. That'd be cool. Downloading Zoo Tycoon for them. There you go. Look at that. He's got something that's sparking his kids, guys. They have a future career possibly in the making. We have a set plan because I end up going with the boys solo a lot. Must have a bike, must start a water park. Must start at water park. Where's this coming from? We have a set plan because I end up going with the boys solo a lot. Oh, to the zoo? Okay, gotcha. Must have a bike. It must. Interesting. Or else they can fly. Okay. Yep, that helps. MP bought a zoo, you guys. Fast forward 5 years, MP bought a zoo. 100%. It's going there. Lines, what are they? Coloring outside the lines and thinking, yes, Zoo Miami. Okay. Zoo Miami has a water park and you can have a bike. Interesting. Ours is a wagon, if that's what you mean. But yeah, definitely a wagon. Tons of water, sunscreen, snacks like crazy because my kids just snack machines. And always distract them when you're going near the stores. Yeah. I feel like I live at a zoo. You do. You do. You have 3 kids and 17 dogs and dead squirrels. We are out of time, folks. The person next to me is telling me I gotta get got. It is what it is. Sorry. I know you guys were all enjoying this conversation. It's going everywhere, and I love it. Thank you guys. Appreciate you. Happy Monday. I'm glad every single one of you had an amazing banger of a weekend. We'll be back here tomorrow. Um, have a great day, right? How come the music's not playing? There it is. All right. Later, people.
What's up, bitches? What's up? Wake up. It's the morning time.